It's finally here! Insta360 has announced that they're releasing a new camera on January 7th. In this video, I want to talk about that teaser trailer and some things you may have missed. My name is Mick. I run the website called 360 Rumors, and no, I am not an employee of Insta360. But I've been beta testing this new camera and it's really amazing. So first, let's watch that video. So their next camera is going to be a combination of several cameras. Now, if you're skeptical, you might say, but we've already seen cameras like that. So like, for example, Insta360 Evo, it converts from a 360 camera to a VR 180 camera. Or perhaps, let's say, the GoPro Max, which has a 360 mode and a non-360 mode. But this one is different. So take the GoPro Max for example. So it has a 360 mode and a non-360 mode. But the non-360 hero mode is really just using one lens. And so yes, it's more convenient, but it doesn't really offer a higher quality that you'd expect from a regular camera. And that's why a lot of critics said that the GoPro Max is not a replacement for, let's say, a GoPro Hero. Now this camera is going to be different because it really does have all the advantages of both a 360 camera and an action cam. Now one curious thing is that they mentioned drones, and previously Insta360 has shown the Insta360 One X with the no drone, no problem effect, where you use a really long extended selfie stick to simulate a drone shot. But here they're talking about it like kind of like in a possibly different way. What do you think? And finally they showed a 1-inch camera, the Sony RX0. Now because of its larger sensor, the Sony RX0 has much better image quality. But in this video, Insta360 is implying that their next camera will also have those advantages as well. Now, sometimes when a camera or even another tool tries to fill too many shoes at the same time, then it ends up not being that great at any of them. But this camera is different. With this camera, you can have it all without compromise. Let's watch the rest of the video. So they showed several videos from this camera. Let's take a look at those scenes. This first scene is really interesting because it's a low light scene. And if you already have a 360 camera or you've used one, you know that low light is a little challenging for most 360 cameras. That's because you have a much larger field of view with a small sensor, and so you have very few pixels per degree. But this video looks really good, so it'll be interesting to see how well this next camera performs in low light. Now this next scene looks like it was shot with a third-person view, so that's probably a sample from the 360 camera component of this next camera. The colors look great, although we'll just have to see how well it compares to the Insta360 One X. Now this video, I think, demonstrates that this camera is going to be waterproof, which is one of the most frequently requested features for a 360 camera. And just as I mentioned before in my previous video about Insta360's next camera, my insider did confirm that this camera is going to be waterproof. Now this air balloon video is kind of interesting because it makes you wonder how it was shot. Now one of the possibilities is that, you know, a skydiver had the camera and then they jumped near this hot air balloon to get this unique angle. But another possibility is that it could be a demonstration of this so-called drone capability. Subsequently, Insta360's founder JK Liu also posted this video that seems to hint at this drone capability. So that's the video. Now, January 7 is of course the first day of CES 2020, the biggest electronics show in the world. Yes, I'm gonna be there. Now, there are a lot of rumors about this camera, and you might be tempted to jump to conclusions about what this camera can or cannot do. And I'm here to tell you that there's more to this camera than what anyone has already seen in public. So stay tuned. This is a camera that you really gotta see. It's really incredible. So to stay updated on the latest news about this next Insta360 camera, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in 360.